In this video, we're going to discuss the problem of a flat F. Many times when you buy a Chanter reed in the mail, it will have changed slightly from when it left the reed maker's workshop. And one of the things that can happen is the reed will have opened up at the tips. This is quite common. The reason for a flat F is exactly that. If the tips are too far apart, now this is an example of a reed that's tips are slightly too far apart. It looks okay to most eyes, but really it should look closer to this. The difference is admittedly very slight, but over time your eye will be able to distinguish a reed that is too open and one that is too closed even. The way that a Chanter reed works is obviously those blades are vibrating against each other. And if they're just the right distance apart, the reed will work great, it will sound very balanced, it will be fairly easy to blow. But if they're too far apart, the reed will be harder to play, and very often you get the dreaded flat or double toning F. So the solution for this is very simple. It's squeezing the reed together. This is the first step that I recommend if you have a flat or even a double toning F. So to do that, you want to hold the reed down by the sound box and close it just enough to close the tips. Hold for a few seconds and release, and then try it in the Chanter. If that didn't help or only helped a little bit, try a stronger squeeze, and keep a close eye as you do this on the tips. Look at them as they are, give it a squeeze, and then release, and notice if it has closed down or not. If it hasn't closed down, you can try a stronger squeeze. If the squeeze doesn't work for you, the next step that I would recommend is tying a bridle on the reed. The best thing to use is just plain old waxed yellow hemp that you can get from any bagpipe shop. And what you want to do here is take the waxed hemp, lay it on the reed, put your thumb over it, and then make about 3 or 4 wraps around, going over top of the piece that you're holding, the little tail, applying a slight pressure. Once you have about 3 or 4 wraps, you want to make a half hitch to tie this off. You don't want to tie a knot on it. To make a half hitch, you hold the end of the hemp like this and you roll your thumb towards you, and this will create a loop. Once you have the loop, you put it over top of the reed, underneath the hemp, and pull it tight like that. Now you'll notice that this has closed the reed down from where it was, and that will correct your flat F. After the reed breaks in, you can cut off this bit here, and there's your bridle. After the reed breaks in, the bridle can be removed, and it should stay where it was. Now, if these two methods do not work for you, the last method, which is more drastic, but I definitely recommend it, is to cut off a wee little bit from the tips. Now, the reason for this is sometimes the blades are too long, and if the blades are too long, it will also cause a flat or double toning F. There's another video on the site that discusses how to take some of the tips off the reed, so I recommend that you watch that if you need to do that step. Thank you.